Are you really in control? Think back to the last purchase you made. Not the planned one, the impulsive one. The kind where you clicked buy now before your rational brain had time to speak. At that moment, you didn't feel manipulated. You felt confident, certain, excited. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of your decisions are not as free as you believe. Your brain is constantly scanning the environment for shortcuts, signals, cues. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. Robert Cialdini discovered that people don't always decide, they react. React to authority, react to urgency, react to social pressure. And once you see how predictable those reactions are, you can't unsee them. This book is not about manipulation. It's about exposure. Because awareness is the first step to freedom. The big idea: why the brain uses shortcuts. Your brain is an energy-saving machine. Every second, it decides what to ignore, what to prioritize, what deserves attention. If you analyzed every choice deeply, you'd shut down. So evolution gave us mental shortcuts, rules of thumb that usually work. If many people like it, it's probably safe. If it costs more, it's probably better. If an expert says it, it's probably true. These shortcuts keep life moving. But here's the danger. What helps you survive can also be used to control you. Once someone understands which shortcut you're using, they don't need logic. They only need the trigger. Principle number 1, reciprocation. There is a rule older than money. When someone gives you something, you feel obligated to give back. It's why friendships work, why societies function, why trust exists. But the same rule can be weaponized. A free ebook, a complimentary drink, a small favor. You didn't ask for it, but now you feel pressure. Cialdini discovered something disturbing. Even when we don't want the gift, the obligation still forms. This is why free samples convert, why giveaways aren't generous, why value first is a strategy. The moment you accept, your independence weakens. True power is recognizing when kindness has a hook. Principle number 2, commitment and consistency. Humans don't just want to be right. They want to be consistent. Once you say something out loud, once you commit publicly, your identity gets involved, and identity is powerful. This is why small agreements lead to big ones. Free trials lead to paid plans. Just try it turns into stay forever. The trap isn't pressure, it's self-image. We continue not because it's logical, but because stopping would mean admitting we were wrong. Consistency keeps society stable, but it also keeps people stuck. Growth begins when you allow yourself to change your mind. Principle number 3, social proof. Imagine entering a room where everyone is standing. You don't ask why. You stand too. That's social proof. When we're uncertain, we look outward, not inward. This instinct kept our ancestors alive. If everyone ran, running was smart. But today, social proof sells products, creates trends, and fuels mass behavior. Reviews, followers, testimonials. The more unsure we feel, the more powerful the crowd becomes. And the crowd is often wrong. Principle number 4, liking. We trust people we like, even when we shouldn't. Similarity builds comfort. Compliments build openness. Familiarity builds trust. That's why salespeople smile, why influencers feel relatable, why charm disarms logic. The danger is subtle. We assume good intentions because someone feels good, but likability is not integrity, and friendliness is not honesty. Awareness restores balance. Principle number 5, authority. Authority shortcuts thinking. Uniforms, titles, credentials. They tell your brain, relax, someone else knows. Cialdini shows that people obey authority even against their values. Not because they're evil, but because defying authority creates discomfort. Authority is useful, but blind obedience is dangerous. Respect expertise. Question power. Principle number 6, scarcity. Scarcity hijacks emotion. The moment something feels rare, logic weakens. Limited time, limited spots, last chance. You don't want the thing, you want to avoid losing it. Loss feels twice as powerful as gain. That's why urgency works and why rushed decisions regret us later. Influence is everywhere. Influence is not evil. It's a tool. Used ethically, it educates and empowers. Used selfishly, it manipulates and drains. The difference is awareness on both sides. How to protect yourself. The strongest defense is simple. Name the tactic, then decide. Awareness interrupts automation. Using influence responsibly. Influence builds the future. Manipulation wins attention. Trust wins loyalty. Choose wisely. Final message plus call to action. You are not broken. You are human. Understanding influence doesn't make you immune, it makes you conscious. And consciousness is the highest form of power. Subscribe to Insight Beam for ideas that sharpen awareness and restore choice. Because the most powerful mind is not controlled, it understands the game.